Hi there. I'm Suranga today from English Win. And today I thought of doing a simple story from the Bible for children. Yeah. I have a collection, even though I'm a Buddhist, I collect a sort of children's materials from different religions to read about them, learn them. This is one of the books. This is really beautiful and it contains a lot of stories. So I take one of the stories today to teach you a bit of English and to have total immersion. Shall we go to the story? So the story is story of creation. That is creating this world. The God has created this world in that particular religion. Some religions say that God created world. In Buddhism, as we practice, it is not so. In modern science, it is not so. However, different religions have different notions, different ideas. That's okay, no problem. Whatever we do, we can see the beauty of this language because the language is really beautiful here in this story. So shall we go to the story? The story of creation, how God created this world. That is what we are going to learn. So at the same time, you can see the first two guys, that is Adam and Eva. Adam Sa, Eva we call them. And first human being. Before that, animals came to this world as Christianity. In Christian stories, they say so. Okay, shall we go to the story? The story of creation. Okay, the story of creation. In the beginning, the God made the universe. What is universe? Universe is everything. The planets, our sun, and other solar systems, that is with planets, and everything in this massive space. That is what we call universe. I think you understand what the universe is in Sinhala. Yeah. In the beginning, God made the universe. If you don't know the meaning of universe, so you just think about the singular meaning of university. University. So the first part of the word university gives you the idea what universe is. Okay. The earth had no shape first. There was the earth, but was no particular shape. Now we know that earth is globular. It is just like a football. It is just like a ball. But those days, it had no shape, just like a small piece of rock or whatever. There was no life on it. No shape, no life on it. I mean, first earth. And there was darkness everywhere. It was really, really dark. You cannot see the earth and no light. The earth had no shape. That is it. Okay. When God first made the earth, in the beginning, God made the universe. The earth had no shape. Earth is one part of the universe. There was no universe before that. And God made the universe. Oh, now universe comes. And in the universe, there is the earth. Very tiny piece of universe. Tiny part of universe, but it had no shape. Wow. There was no life on it. There was darkness everywhere. You cannot see. You were not there, but you can see. Stormy waters covered everything. So, as I say, the earth was just like a watery body. Watery body. So, this is earth. Earth was covered by water, as they say. Earth was covered by water, but stormy water. Stormy water is actually the water is moving here and there. What is storm? Storm is very strong wind that destroys houses, factories, and villages, and everything that you have would be destroyed because of the storm. Storm is very strong wind blowing. You understand what I mean? So therefore, you just think about this is completely covered by water. The earth was covered by water. There is darkness, so you cannot see this gadget. But water is moving here and there because that was a strong wind. Strong wind. That is what they say, strong wind. So there was darkness everywhere, stormy waters covered everything, and God's power moved over the waters. God's power, now God came, and God's power, that is, say, the God appears. God's power moved. Moved means moving, going. God's power going over the earth, around the earth. Then what happens next? God's power moved over the waters. Waters is a big water body, waters. Then God said, let there be light. Let there be light. And there was no light first. And God said, let there be light. Give the chance for light to come. That is it. Let there be light. Let him go. Give the chance for him to go. Let there be light. Give the chance for light to come. Be is present. Be is just like is. There is light, just like there is light. Let there be light. Be means presence. Presence of something. In William Shakespeare's Hamlet, Prince Hamlet said, be or not to be, that is the question. Be or not to be. Be is living. Not to be is dying. The question is whether to live or to die. That is it. So be is being. That is presence of something. Let there be light. Yeah, give the light chance for the light to come. There was light then. Not now. You cannot say there is, because this is past. So therefore, God wanted light to come. There came light. That is what they say. Yeah, there was light. God was happy with what he saw. God said, okay. Oh, God came and said, it is completely dark. I'm making the earth. I made the universe. Okay, universe. Now there is the universe. And in the universe, there is a tiny part. I like that part. That is the earth. But I cannot see the earth. I cannot see the parts of the universe God must have torn. Oh, it is dark. I cannot see anything. I need light. So God said, let there be light. Oh, light came. And God saw, there is something called earth. It has no shape, not globular. My picture is wrong, because at first the earth was not a globular, not thing just like resembling a football or whatever. Then God thought, we need light. And God said, let there be light. Light just come. God said, I need light. Let the light come. Yeah. Let there be light. There was light. Then light came. God was happy with what he saw. Then God saw everything. When there was no light, God cannot see anything. Even though he created that, he made that, God could not. God wasn't able to see that. Then he separated light from the darkness. Okay. Then he separated the light from the darkness. How can that be? Then he separated the light from the darkness. What is separation? Separating. Now, for example, I have a pen here. I separate the two parts. This goes there. He goes there. I mean, this particular part. This is the clip. This is the pen. The main stem of the pen, main part of the pen. I separate these two. Some people say, a couple would say, now we are separated. What is separated? They are not living together. Maybe divorced or whatever. Not a good thing to talk about. Yeah. However, separated means, I mean, not in one place, not united, not as one, not being as a complete unit, single unit, but separated. You understand? He separated the light from the darkness. Okay. I separate light from the darkness. Darkness go there, light go there. Light and darkness are two different things now. Then he separated the light from the darkness. Darkness, you go there. Light, light, you go there. I want you to be separated. I want you to be two things. I need separate light and separate darkness. Oh yeah. From the darkness. Evening passed. Aha. So the night is darkness, you understand. Daytime, there is light. He separated that. Until that, everything was the same. So as he separated light and darkness, when there is darkness, we call it night. When there is light, we call it day. Day and night, day and night. If we had not separated light and darkness, we would be living in a totally different world. Do you understand what I say? I say what is important is what I'm talking about. You understand? I'm not just thinking, oh, I'm not just reading papers, I'm not doing anything. I don't know whether my English is good or not. Whatever it is, I know that I can talk about things. That is what I know. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing is showing you there is no perfect or fixed way to talk about something. So I'm describing this story. If I describe the story for the second time, I would do it in completely different way. Not this way. I can remember what I said. So that is spoken language. So in spoken language, what you have to develop is producing language, making language. I don't say that you will be able to speak when you listen to me this way. But the chance is really increasing, going up. When you listen to completely English, you just think whether you are translating or not. No, you are not translating now. When you are listening to me, you are not translating. You understand what I mean. So you just listen to me. Or you are listening to me and you are not translating, but you understand. You don't want to translate when I talk about all this. Say, okay, shall we go to the lesson again? Then he separated the light from the darkness. Evening passed and morning came. First it was total darkness, completely. It was really, really dark. Then as he separated, light was separated from darkness. So it created morning. So the morning came. That was the first morning. But before that total darkness, the first morning came. That must have been the first day. Okay. Evening passed and morning came. That was the first day. That was the first day. Then God said, let there be sky. Let there be sky. First he said, let there be light. I need light. Let there be light. Let the light come. I want light to come. So therefore, let the light come. Let there be light. For the second time, he said, let there be the sky. Let there be the sky. There was no sky. And he made the sky. There was earth. That was a type of solid ground or whatever. Water body, you understand, right? Water body. First it was completely water. There was no sky. Then he made the sky. Then God said, let there be a sky. It was done. It was done. That is passive voice. I'm not going to talk about grammar when I'm doing this story. It was useless talking about grammar when we are listening to beautiful story. And when we feel that story is beautiful, if I'm going to talk about grammar, I will spoil. We learn the word spoil. I will spoil the beauty of the story. Okay. It was done. It was done, as I told you, passive voice. It was done means I did it. It was done. I did it. Yeah. I'm not going to mention myself. So what I want is the result. It was done. You don't know whether I did it or my brother did it or the God did it or whatever it is. It was done. That is the result. It was done. The same thing. Same as I did it. It was done. Yeah. So God made the sky finally. Evening passed and morning came. God made the sky. Evening passed and morning came. That was the second day. Yeah. Now, evening passed and morning came. That was when separated light from the darkness. The very first day. That was the first day. Then God said, let there be the sky. It was done. The sky came, and so God made the sky. Evening passed, that day evening passed, and morning came. That was the second day. Shall we see what happens next? Then God said, let the water below the sky come together in one place. Then God said, let the water below the sky, you understand, let the water below the sky, not above. The pen is above my head. The pen is below my head, lower position, that is below. Yeah, below. Above and below. Level. Level is higher, that is above. Level is low, that is below. The God said, let the water below the sky. This is the sky, this is water below the sky. Yeah, so something like that. I'll show you. Now this time, God said, this is atmosphere. Atmosphere is above. Water is below. You understand? Water is below. This is above, this is below. Above, below, above, below. Water is below the atmosphere. Atmosphere is, you know that atmosphere is the air, atmosphere. So, the God said, let the water below the sky come together in one place and let the land be seen. God said, let the water below the sky come together. Water everywhere here. Water everywhere. The God wanted water come to one place, not everywhere on the earth. So then he wanted to bring water to one place. Shall we bring water to one place? Okay. So no water here. No water here. No water here. No water here, no water here, no water here, no water here. Only these places water. Water has come to these places, separating, showing this part. What is this? This is really the land, earth, the soil or whatever we say. So now you can see there is no water here. Why? God wanted water to be collected in one place. God wanted water to come to this area. First there was water here and water came to this area. So no water here. So you can see the land. You can see the land. So then God separated, God separated lands and seas. Seas and lands, that is what they say, separated. And what did God say? It was done. So God said, let the water below the sky come together in one place, that is the sea. And let the land be seen. Give us the chance so that we can see the land. Yeah, let the land be seen. It was done. He named the land earth. He named the land earth. He saw this land and he named this. This is earth. The earth. He said, what you can see is the earth. Yeah. And the water sea. Then he said, I say, this is earth. This part is sea. He named all these things. Sea. He gave two names to two parts. This part is earth, this part is sea. God gave the two names. And the water sea. He named water sea and he named the solid part earth. This made God happy. Good. God thought. God said, let all kinds of plants grow on earth. Let all kinds of plants grow on earth. I want plants to grow on earth. Give the chance for the plants to grow on earth. each and every kind of plant. So then what happened was, as they say, plants started growing on earth this way and that way. Plants started growing on earth. And then let all, some with grain and some with fruit. Yeah. The God wanted some plants bearing fruit and others bearing sort of a grain that is just like grain, that is paddy and things like that. Yeah, paddy, grain. Grain is, in Sinhala we know Meneri Kurahang, they are grain. Yeah, that is a sort of grain. And two things, grain is a sort of very tiny type of fruits. In biology we learn all these things, but in telling stories you won't be able to understand if I give you the names as they are. Okay, shall we? This is the thing so far. Shall we see what happens next? Okay, it was done. You understand? It was done. It was done. This made God happy. Evening passed and morning came. That was the third day. Now we are talking about the third day. Then God said, let there be lights in the sky to separate day from night. Then God said, let there be lights in the sky. To separate day from night. Let them shine in the sky to give light to the earth. Let them also show the days, years and seasons. It was done. Evening passed and morning came. That was the fourth day. The third day, God said, let there be lights in the sky to separate day from night. Yeah. Let there be lights in the sky. I want light. Why? I want light to be in the sky. So that is daytime. So when light comes into the sky, it is separated day from the night. When there is light in the sky, it is day. When there is dark in the sky, it is darkness in the sky, that is night. Then God said, let there be lights in the sky to separate day from night. Excuse me. Yeah. Then God said, let there be lights in the sky to separate day from night. Let them shine in the sky to give light to the earth. Let them shine in the sky. That is, maybe he is making the sun, probably. I cannot exactly say what that is. However, the God wants, let them shine in the sky. The light, you just shine in the sky. God wanted light to shine, give light to the earth. So let them shine in the sky. You know what is shining is shining. Let the light shine in the sky. Light, I want you to shine in the sky. Giving out light, to give light to the earth. Let them also show the days, years and seasons. Yeah. So then I want light, I want you to do another job. God said, light, I want you to do another job. Light, you have to show people day and night. That is days. When night passes and light comes, people would say, the second day, and then third day. You have to show them days. Okay. Do you understand what I say? The God wanted light to be there and not being there. Being there is daytime, not being there means night. When light comes and then darkness comes and then next light comes, they know that it is one day. If such 30 alternatives, 30 cycles going, 30 things like that, 30 couples, that is 1 month. And then when there is ample light, good amount of light, they would see this season is good. This is that season. And maybe when light is real low, they would say winter and things like that. Everything is done by light. We know that in geography. When we learn geography, we understand that. Let them shine in the sky to give light to the earth. Let them also show the days, years, and seasons. This is not years. This is years. Yeah, yeah. Single ya sound. So 1 year, 2 years, 3 years old. Not 3 years old. Year is this. Ya, 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 yan. 3 years old. 3 years old. Days, years, and seasons. It was done. Evening passed and morning came. That was the fourth day. So shall we see what God has done during the fourth day? Fourth day. Then God said, let there be many kinds of living things in the water. The God wanted creatures, fish and other creatures appear in water, sea. Then God said, let there be many kinds of, different types of, kinds mean types of living things in the water. Let there be all kinds of birds in the air. The God wanted the birds to come in the air. Birds, come here. We need you. Birds in the air. And then it was done. Each living thing in the sea and each bird had young ones like themselves. Each living thing in the sea, every animal in the sea, and each bird, and there are two types of living things now. In the sky there are birds and other insects or whatever, and then in the sea there are different types of fishes and things like that. So they produce their young ones, kids. Kids are, small guys, right? You understand what I mean? So in science, we call it reproduction, making the same kind, same brand. For example, first you have your mother and father. And then in the family, you have your mother, your father, and then they make kids. That is you and your sisters and your brothers, and they are the kids. Yeah, young ones. Those days, not now. So each living things in the sky, sea, and each bird had young ones like themselves. Young ones. That is this crow produces small crows, young ones. This is the adult. These are young ones, young, small guys. God wanted the best. Young ones like themselves. God wanted the best for them. Everything should be best for them. Evening passed and morning came. That was the fifth day. So God made all kinds of animals and he was happy. Now God has all kinds of animals and God was really happy. Then God said, now we will make people. Then there came the problem, right? The animals and plants lived happily and then the man came to the world. Then God said, now we will make people. They will be like us. They will be like us. The God is a sort of a people like human like. We can see them in pictures. If you go to a temple, if you go to the church, go to any place where people practice religion, you would find the statues, the pictures of God. They are just like human beings, right? They are beautiful. They are really, really beautiful in nature. They have made the God beautiful, not ugly. And that is it. So, what do we say? Then God said, now we will make people. They will be like us. Yeah. We want guys like us. We are God. God said, I'm a God. I'm not a human being. But we want to make sort of animals like us. We don't call them animals. We call them human beings. Yeah, people. Yeah, I want people to come to this world. Then God said, now we will make people. They will be like us. They will have power over the fish and the birds. The people will have more power than fish and birds and all the other animals. Even though the elephant is really mighty, very big, Even though the lion is really strong and really ferocious, really dangerous, but human being can control them. Human being keep lions and sort of very dangerous animals in their zoos. Why? Human being has power, more power than all the animals living in this world. They will have power over the fish, and over means above. You understand? Over, not under. Over, power over them. Power over them means the power than the power they have. They will also have power over all the large and small, not large and small animals. The writer thinks that large and small animals. Another thing that I should mention is this is not literary criticism. I'm not talking about literature. This is not a literature lesson. So people would think there are onomatopoeia and similes and things. I'm not going to talk about all these things that when you do literature, you would find that. What I want to show you is how can we, without going to that sort of technical things, words, jargons, what do we call glossary terms, glossary terms. We don't want all these things. What we want is the beauty of the story. So therefore we use very simple words. We are not talking about things, comparatives or whatever we are learning in languages, in literature. So therefore, people might think that this guy is talking about the story, but he is not talking about the literary terms, the terms that coming in literature. I'm not going to do that. If you want to do that, you have to go to a literature class. Power over all the large and small animals. The tame ones and wild ones. What is that? Wild animal, wild elephant. The animals living in their territory. Animals living in the forest. The elephant living in the forest is completely different from the elephant in the Nuaraperhara. You know that. In Candy procession, the elephant that you see is completely different from the Vallalia. Vallalia is not tame. When tame dogs, there are, wild dogs even in forest, I think they are wild animals. When these animals see you, they will come and jump at you and they will bite you. But our dogs, tame dogs, they don't do so. When we say, Tommy, 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 they will wag their tail. They are tame dogs. The wild dogs, so wild animals, wild tigers, wild elephants, wild lions, they are ferocious. That is really bad. So therefore, animals can be, if they are living in their natural surrounding, natural environment, just like forest or whatever, deserts, forest or whatever, they are, we call them wild animals. But when people bring them here, maybe pandas, maybe elephants, maybe tigers, maybe cheetahs, they treat them from the very young stage, and then when they feed them, they become really friends of us. They become friendly. So lions are really friendly. Lions are friends. They would come and be with us. No harm done, no problem. So tame lions then. You understand the meaning of tame. So why should we talk about, you know what the tame means. If I ask you the meaning of tame, you would say the singular word. But I'm not going to tell you the singular word. If you want the real word, you can go to a singular dictionary and you can see that. My job is not explaining things away, not giving you the singular terms of these things. My job is to teach you English. To learn English, you should be totally immersed. You should be go into the language. If you are listening to singular, if you hear always singular, you won't be able to pick up spoken language. Spoken language is sound. If always singular goes into your ears, Sinhala comes out. So therefore, what I want to do is to send English through your ears so that it would be easy for you to take it out clear. And the wild ones. So God made people to be like himself. God made people like to be himself. So then God made people. You know that what people are. Right. They are just like us. We are people, human beings. Right. Yeah. Male and female. He would make, male and female. Yeah, that is it. Shall we? Next thing. So he made them, man and woman. He blessed them and said, blessed them, blessed them. That is, what is blessing? When small kids come and to our places, we bless them. Buddhu Saranai. Things like that. We bless them. God bless you. We bless them. What is blessing? Blessing is we wish what? We wish them to be good people. We wish every good thing, things come to them. And we want them to be happy. We want them to be, be rich or have what they want. So then we say, Saturing innala beva, and in Sinhala. So, Buddha Saranai, we bless them. The opposite of bless is curse. Wait. The blessing and cursing. Blessing is, okay. Yes, son, okay. God bless you. Oh, whatever. Buddha Saranai, you say. That is blessing. But when you be cursing, that is cursing. Things like that. When cursing, things like that. People always say, they really, what they say are really bad things. When they curse, the words and everything would be really bad. You understand? Curse. Yeah, that is. You understand blessing and cursing. Yeah. Bless and curse. Made the man and he blessed them and said, have many children. That is a sort of a blessing. The God wanted them to be happy. God wanted good things happen to them. That is blessing, you understand. He blessed them and said, have many children. Let them live everywhere on earth and look after it. Oh, that is what is not happening now. Have many children. The people really have understood that. You understand what God said. This point I mean, excuse me. Yeah. People have really understood this part. How many children? The people obeyed, people liked it, people thought, that's really a good idea. And now we have children, lot of children. The population is teeming, going up now. Because people like the God's word. How many children? Now they have done it. Now it is more than enough. Greater in number, you understand. Let them live everywhere on earth. That is also people realize, understood. The God wanted these first two guys, that is Adam and Eve, Adam and Eva, to have children. Good number of children. People said, okay. They said, okay, we will do that. Yeah, we like it. And they have done that. And then let them live everywhere on earth. Yes. Granted. Yes. We like it. They say. Now, people are everywhere in the world. Now you understand. What is the next thing? And look after it. Protect it. The God has said, you have to protect it. You have to have many children. And you have to be everywhere on the earth. And why? To protect it. That is not done. It is not being done by the human being. They are destroying the world now, you understand, right? That is not a good thing. And look after it. Look after means protect. You have to look after your sister. You have to look after your brother. That means you have to protect your brother. So, you understand? I'm putting you in charge of the fish, the birds, and all the animals. Who is in charge? In charge. In charge is the guy or somebody, the boss of a place is in charge. For example, when you think about a university, there are lecturers. And when you are going to a theater, or when you are doing practicals, you are doing chemistry practicals. I can remember at university when we were going to the chemistry theater for the first time. A guy came, a lecturer, very handsome lecturer. His name was Mr. Samant, I remember. The guy came and said, I'm the in charge. We had no idea what in charge was at the time. In charge. I thought that it was just like a positive charge and negative charge of a battery. In charge. He said, that was the time when we were at universities. That is the level of our English at university. I'll tell you the truth. Because of very good teachers, we learned language. Learning language is really easy. But what we are practicing everywhere is generally, mostly, you are listening to Sinhala, so you cannot speak English language. That is the only one reason if I say. That is the Kollu going after Suddo in the beach. Along the beach, they speak good English, but we cannot. We learn grammar, we learn everything, but we cannot. They have no grammar. They haven't been to a school, but yet for all, they speak good English. Yeah, with German, not only English, German. Whatever the language they pick up, patapatas. Okay. Our children, let them live everywhere on the earth and look after it. I am putting you in charge of the fish. Now we understand, in charge. In charge. I am in charge. I am the boss. I am handling all these things. I am the superior, most superior. I am the Lokka. Live everywhere on the earth and look after it. I am putting you in charge of the fish, the birds, and the animals. Someone has said that I should not speak like this patapatas, and I have to drop the speed and talk like that. I am putting you in charge of the fish. But the thing is, what I believe is, I am explaining not once. I am explaining in different ways the same thing. So therefore, you cannot understand when I say for the first time, you can understand that for the second or third time. But listen to natural language. That is my natural language. If I am going to say, I am putting you in charge of the fish, the birds, and all the animals. That is not my nature. That is not my natural pace. That is not my natural speed. So, people in the street, that is when you go to street, what you can hear is this language. Not the language, yes, you can go to the canteen and you can have excuse me, how can I go to the canteen? Yes, son, it is very easy. This is not the language you hear in the street. The language is something like that. So, what you should be exposed to is a sort of language. I don't say my language is good, but be exposed to sort of a language, natural pace, natural speed. Then you will pick up the language. But at first, it's a bit difficult. I understand. You understand. That is it. That is the thing. But you have to do that. That's it. So I'm putting you in charge of the fish. I'm putting you. I give you the chance. I give you the dignity. I give you the standard. I give you the post. Just like principal. I give you the post. I give you the chance. I'm putting you in charge of the fish, bird, and all the animals. I give you the chance to be over all the other animals. You are the superior. You are the boss. I'm putting you in charge of the fish, birds, and all the animals. I have given you all kinds of grain and fruit to eat. Oh, yeah. You are the boss, and I have given you all the grains, that is Kurak, Kangmene, Ritana, and everything, right? That is paddy, and everything I have given you. I have given you all kinds of grain and fruit to eat. You have mango, you have apple, or whatever you can eat. But you are the boss, and animals and all the other organisms are far below. All the animals and birds will have grass and plant as food. I have given you fruit. I have given you grain. All the animals and birds will have grass and plants as food. They even eat fruit. Yeah, that is not a good thing, but God says, we cannot say that is wrong. I give you fruit and these things. Maybe the writer is doing this thing, not the God. And I gave animals grass, and you know what grass is? Grass, grassland grass. This is a very simple word. The green patches you find on land, grass. Tuttiri, that is love grass. Tuttiri is called love grass. Now you understand what grass is. I'm putting you in charge of the fish, the birds, and the animals. I have given you all kinds of grain and fruit to eat. All the animals and birds will have grass and plants as food. And it was done. Now it was done. Now it's okay. It's over. God looks at everything He had made. God looks at everything He had made. Animals, people, grass, fruit, and everything. God looked at everything He had made, and He was very pleased. Very pleased means very happy. Very happy, very pleased. Evening passed and morning came. That was the sixth day. So what happens in the sixth day? So the whole world was completed. Now it is the world we see today. By the seventh day, God had finished making everything. By the time of seventh day, He made everything. Then He rested. God started resting. Okay. He must have been really, really tired by doing this. He made the seventh day special and a day of rest. Seventh day is the day that He gave us for the rest. That must have been the Sunday. Yeah. Trying to have a rest the seventh day, Sunday. And we work from Monday to Saturday, and we have rest on Sunday. That must have been the story. That is really good story. As I've told you, even though I'm a Buddhist, I like reading things of all the other religions, and there are very good stories from different religions. So as it is Christmas, and I thought of giving you this story. You just go to the story, and if possible, I'll send you these passages as PDF. Okay, right? Then by month before that, share this with all the other friends that you have, and in different groups, so that they will learn, they will pick up English language, total immersion. And then share this, give us a like, and comment, say something. It's okay in singular. Comment. It's okay, you are learning English language. It's okay, even though I'm using completely English, you can write things in singular. No worries. Okay, I like that. I like to see what sort of problems you are having. So then I can support you, I can help you. Okay, so when I do things in English, mostly people are not going to watch them. So my views are not really good for that particular reason. So then you just share, so that some people like to watch these things, would give me good number of views, so that I would be happy, just like the God was pleased. I would be pleased if you share all these things, so that people give me sort of likes and everything, I will be pleased. Okay, bye.